its management.
This is AM 620 WSNR, Jersey City.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Just Enough Heshy show. We've been gone for a couple of weeks due to the holidays, and I'm back. And by the way, this week, my co-host Rachel is stuck in Israel. Really, she wanted another day off. Yankee is stuck in Canada. He wants another day off. Nobody wants to work. Everybody's lazy. Even in my office at Green Line, they all came in late. But don't worry about it. I'm here with you tonight. We have a guest co-host, and he just walked in. Shmuley, he's going to sit over there around for me. Shmuley, what's your last name, Shmuley? Shmuley Levy, of course. And Shmuley Levy is a commodities broker. He's going to give us a lot of life lessons. And who knows what else we're going to talk about tonight, Shmuley. My name is Heshy. They call me Uncle Heshy or Big H, by the way. I hope you know that. We just started the show. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Say, what's your name? Hi, I'm Shmuley.
Hi, I'm Shmuley. Some people know me as Sam. They call me Sam.
Sam, okay. Well, we're going to have a nice little chat tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about a lot of politics, local politics, but I think people want to talk now more about Trump and world politics, and I complain a lot, but we're going to get to that. But before we start the show, there's two things we do. We have a quote and joke of the day by me,
okay,
and you must laugh at my joke.
That's perfectly
but
fine.
Nobody laughs at my joke.
So now you have something to laugh with.
Good. I love you.
Nobody laughs at you.
You're going to be a very good co-host. Right, so we're going to start with a few little commercials to start my show. It's just a few people, and by my beautiful people, they're called Chamula Jewelers. They're located at 944 Kings Highway. They're a family-owned business for over 40 years. They specialize in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry, or just bring your own jewelry to redesign and freshen up for a new look. Chamula Jewelers. There's nobody here to help me, but they've got the sparkle for you. Again, you can visit them at 944 Kings Highway. Their phone number is 718-336-1980. You can make special appointment or just walk in again, 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. And then, of course, we have Tehila Tishla at ttstyles.com, TEETEESTYLES.com. You could call her at 718-675-6842. She does hairs, wigs, makeup. She's just wonderful when you're preparing for a party or weddings or whatever it is. Call her 718-675-6842. Plus, she makes a wonderful Connie salad. She was at my house over the holiday. Wow, she blew us away with this salad, and we made our whole meal.
I can't believe you didn't save any for me.
We have. We have. You know, I'm a chef by trade. We have a lot of food in our house. We always give away a lot. We're going to talk about that.
I was partners with Mendy's for more than 10 years.
Oh, beautiful. Then we have, of course, technical difficulties. A wonderful guy, Ari Fleischer, wonderful man, 1504 60th Street, for all your computer and technical needs. He's rated one of the best guys. He gets you out of any software issue. He can tie into your computer. This guy can fix anything in the computer field and all your software, your programs, and organize it and backups. This guy, just call him if you have any computer problems. 718-259-4593. Again, he's located at 1504 60th Street, Ari Fleischer, technical difficulties. And then we have my favorite barber, Sam. This guy has handicap ramps, gives discounts to the handicap and the special needs people. I see it. I go into him. He's located at 4225 18th Avenue, 718-484-2499, 718-484-2499. I made a special appointment. He took me in at a special time. But again, you can just walk into him, 777 Barbershop. He's located at 4225 18th Avenue in the corner of East 2nd and 18th Avenue. And then, of course, we have Green Line Building Solutions. 718-871-0382. We take care of your stop work orders, your vacate orders. Matter of fact, today I lifted a vacate order that was done by the mayor's task force. This poor lady struggled for over a year. I had another lady come in on the holiday with me. I mean, the days that we were open, and I'm going to help her with her stop work order. We taught her how to get into compliance. She's running a beautiful, clean job. She fixed up her problem. 718-871-0382. We take care of criminal tickets of the fire department, ECB violations, stop work orders. We help you with your plans, your permits. We do expediting with the Department of Buildings, the Department of Finance, and Department of Sanitation. We help you with your violations. Come on in. Call us 718-871-0382, or just stop in at 5318 16th Avenue, the corner of 16th Avenue, 54th Street. My phone number, guys, if you want to text me during the show, is 718. I don't know where my phone is, but it's 718-871-0382. 718-87. No, what am I talking about? It's not my phone number. 718-288-7844. Call me on my cell phone, 718-288-7844. If you want to text me or tell me anything, guys, we're going to have a nice little chat tonight, and we'll be able to talk about anything we want. You can see us live on YouTube, and you can see us live on Facebook right now. Now we're going to do my quote and joke of the day. Are you ready?
Go right ahead.
Okay, good. Oh, by the way, you could call into the show, Sam. You know that you can talk to us live at 718-303-9090, 718-303-9090. Ask us anything, talk about anything, but we have a lot to talk about tonight. Here's my quote of the day. Are you ready? And this is a quote that it personally affected me because it happened to me. Give yourself entirely to those around you. Be generous with your blessings. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal.
Wow.
And I want you to know, my son over the holiday, he had his kid and he wanted to go dancing, at nighttime with the different synagogues, and he wanted to go with his wife out, and then he wanted to go take a couple of days off on the Chalamot to go to Great Adventures stuff. And I said, don't take your baby with you. Leave him by us. We love to babysit. And he says, no, Pop. He says, I love my baby. And he gives him love. I want to take him wherever we are. And I want you to know it happened to me when my boys were little. We got stuck once. We left our babies at home, and with our mothers when they were little. We were like our second anniversary. Times were tough. We didn't have money for diapers and electric bill every month to struggle on. And finally, me and Linda put away $50, $100 every week, and we made ourselves a trip to Puerto Rico.
Oh,
and we made ourselves a beautiful trip for our second anniversary. And we weren't going to take the kids. And I was a travel agent, so the hotel gave me a great deal. And we get down there, and we leave our kids without each of our mothers. And when we get there, we beautiful trip, and then all of a sudden the phone starts to ring on the Shabbos. We're not even there a day. The phone is ringing. I said, Linda, must be the hotel or mistake or concert. Didn't stop ringing. Anyways, we had a nice meal. We met her sister there who had a cheap little room. Well, we had a gorgeous room. We sent our food down back then, 28 years ago, sending food down to Puerto Rico. It wasn't like today. You just go buy a $6 meal. We had to package it. And when we get to Puerto Rico, Saturday night when the Shabbos was over, my phone rang again. My wife picked it up, and her mother called, oh, the baby's dying. Come home. I said, the baby's not dying yet. No. My wife started packing a suitcase. I said, please, baby, please, we're not going home. I spent so much money, time. We saved for this trip for 2 years. My mother called, the baby's sick, come home. We jumped on a plane. We ran home. My sister-in-law had a great time, took over our room, our food. So we get home. One kid had diarrhea. The other one had an earache. So since then, we never left our babies alone. For 28 years, wherever we went, we took our children on every trip, on every vacation, even our youngest one to this day. Everywhere we go, we take them with us. And we show them love. We give them a kiss, a hug. We're very huggers. And that's why I scream at a lot of parents today.
Right.
Because when your children get in trouble, now you're starting to love them. Now you're getting involved with them. It's a little too late.
I agree.
We've been involved with our babies since they're little.
Started in this area.
I'm going to get you started because I'm going to tell you why. I have 73 suicides in my neighborhood.
I'm sorry
and
to hear that.
And the families are now getting involved. I felt when I used to kiss my children every day and hug them and cry with them. You're right, I don't know everything that's going on. But when I felt something wrong or they didn't give back the love.
All the kids want to know and they want to feel that they're loved.
Right. But when you feel something is wrong because that love is not given back exactly the way you feel it every day and then you tell and I say, oh, what's wrong? And they don't want to tell me. And then after you bug them enough, you get it out of them.
100%.
And a lot of parents today, they get involved, when the kid is already in drugs or when the kid already committed suicide.
As we say.
I have a parent that's screaming to my assemblyman, Eichenstein, legalize marijuana. I'm against legalizing all drugs. But they're going to legalize it because they can make another $1 billion or $2 billion in taxes. So they want to legalize marijuana. And I'm screaming at them. So one parent says, my daughter wouldn't have overdosed and died if marijuana had been legal.
Your daughter wouldn't have overdosed and died if you would have given the love and attention she deserved. And if you would have been there for her when she needed you.
At the end, he was there.
So
we saw it.
Everybody has 20/20 vision in hindsight.
Right. But if you're there all the time, even before, sometimes I have now a young girl who tried to kill herself in the hospital over a couple days ago. And the reason was nothing major. She wanted to be a little bit more modern. She wanted to wear short skirts. The parents ignored it. They were very religious. I got that. Right. But now it's too late.
Absolutely.
But thank God, maybe they'll deal with the issue.
Well, I hope so.
I hope so. And and I had another young boy who got involved with gambling and drugs, and now he actually did go through with the situation about 3 months ago in front of our youth center. And again, we didn't address the issue. We're not watching mental illness. We're not taking care of. You've got to kiss your babies every day. And I'm screaming at you parents out there. Go home every day. Look at my son. I was so proud when my son said, "No, Pop, I don't want to give it to you. I want to be with her. I want to kiss her every day." And I was so proud of him that it just, I said,
clearly you did a good job.
That's exactly. If I did anything right, this is the one thing I did.
Because you did it by example. And that's what people don't get. And you got to do it by example.
Being a parent is a full-time job. Being a boss is a responsibility.
I'm a full-time single dad. I can tell you this. And this is uncommon.
And it's not easy. It's not easy being forget a parent, but a single parent.
Absolutely. And I got custody here in New York City from Supreme Court, African-American woman judge. I mean, you can't get more liberal than that. Okay, and less than 5% of American men are the legal custodian of their children. I think it's less than 2% here in New York.
So how old is your kid?
Well, my oldest is 14.
And you still hug and kissing and hug them and give them every day. That's what you're supposed to do.
I tell my kids,
even when you fight with them.
Till the day I die, I will fight for my children.
My babies too. They even big 27, 20, the married ones. I'm still hug them. They still give us kisses.
You know what I say? You want to know what I say? I said, if we didn't learn what to do growing up, at the minimum, at least we learn what not to do.
Exactly.
And that might really tick a lot of people off, but the reality is it is simply true.
And that's why I'm upset with my councilman Yeager and my state senator Felder. These two winners, every year they make a party on the street for the kids on Simchas Torah Sukkos. I'm sorry, on Sukkos, an event, free rides, popcorn, and stuff like that with the police. This year, all of a sudden, they didn't do it because there was nowhere for them to smuggle money out of the government to hide it into some. I'm telling you for a fact, into a private organization, and then they give it. This year is not an election year, so they don't care about us. They have to love us. They have to care about us. You know what I saw our councilman do? He went out to see a tree that was falling. That was what he was busy about, moving cones, but seeing a tree falling, but he's not busy voting to shut down Rikers Island, an animal house where our children, I had a kid that was stuck in Rikers Island for about 8 months. And when he came out, he went so nuts, even though he didn't.
It's a very big problem in the system. In fact, I know somebody who actually goes to Rikers Island every single day.
I go to the jails upstate. Really? I go every 2 weeks upstate. But when we lose them, you're right. When we lose them, they did. And you know what our councilman did? He voted no, not to shut down Rikers. So Councilman Deutsch, not to vote. You know why? Because their little people are funding them money, and that's the way it works.
Listen, everybody's in business to make money. I want to say something about
they are politicians, Sam, that have to represent us.
I agree with you. I have a big issue with a lot of. We'll get them shortly. But
you didn't hear my joke. Can I tell you my joke before we go on? I must say my joke.
Go ahead. I'm waiting to hear it.
And you better laugh.
I'm laughing even before you say it.
Okay. I went to visit a friend by the name of Barry Cohn. He was very sick in the hospital in California many years back. At the end of the visit, Barry asked me to say a prayer for him, So I wished him out loud that he should be healthy for the coming year. And I ended it with that, Barry, may you enjoy the remaining years as an angel. And he says, "Oh, no, Heshy, I'm a Dodger fan." I know you don't get that. Baseball, there's the Angels and the Dodgers, so whatever.
The Yankees and the Mets.
Right, so, okay.
Anybody who used to like going back listening to...
So anyways, I thought it was a funny joke, and the way he answered back was very cute. Anyways, everybody, call into the show if you want, 718-303-9090. But you tell me, my son, about your kids, okay?
718, say the number again.
718.
I'm posting this on my...
You could call into the show at 718-303-9090. Or you can text me any question on my WhatsApp or phone, 718-288-7844. But to call into the show, 718-303-9090. This is the Just Enough Heshy show, I want you to know.
Let's hope we got enough for you tonight.
But I want to finish off with the children. Right. My councilman and Mr. Deutsch and Mr. Yeager, who are cousins, I don't even know why they're elected. When they were time for election time, you saw them every Thursday night going around for children to seeing the streets. They're on 12 committees each. I don't even know how they're on these committees. Now you don't see nothing of them. They're always hiding. But yeah, they take a picture. They hand out a box on a holiday. This holiday, they didn't hand out any boxes when we had to feed the poor. Hundreds of families, different organizations, and we're packaging boxes, but you didn't see Mr. Yeager or Mr. Deutsch handing out boxes. What they did was they built a sukkah in City Hall, and you saw non-Jews eating in my sukkah, hanging out in my sukkah. Who is interested when we have the poor? And just for your knowledge, these Democrats, when we're going on the public scale,
Right.
we have so much homeless issues in New York City.
It's unbelievable.
The money that they spent trying to do this Mueller investigation could have housed all of the homeless people in the United States. Really, could have housed them cheap.
Where was Blasio for the last two days?
De Blasio, who knows? De Blasio has been I don't know why we
Where's the money?
elected.
Why doesn't anybody talk about the money?
I'll
that
tell you what,
went
De
to
Blasio
$9
thinks he's
million?
running a 9 million. He has a $90 billion budget, and he just keeps finding the city, keeps hiring more incompetent inspectors. Today, I met 3 women inspectors. I have no idea why they are on a job site. They have no construction experience. You're training them to read a set of plans. That's not the way it is.
They have no credentials.
Right, but to hire a plumber, you must hire a licensed plumber. But an inspector could be some loser from the street.
It's called legal mafia.
I know
They're a
that.
legalized
I know.
mafia. They can do what they
They
want.
just and
You know what bothers me? The same with the court system.
for years.
Why don't they have an inspector general? When a judge decides she doesn't want to come down, everybody has to take off work. You got to pay your lawyer. So you're paying thousands of dollars to your lawyer to show up. And the judge says, "Well, I'm staying in my chambers today."
Right?
Who the hell are
What
you?
it took like and
Who do you think you
for
are?
5 years.
They have no bosses. They
Court,
were on
court cases go on for 5
Are
or
you
10
kidding me?
years.
My case was in 565 days.
But,
The Supreme
but if
Court.
you don't pay your fine or if you get
yeah.
punished,
Okay.
30, and if you miss it,
Mafia.
if you miss your
It's called
that's right,
mafia.
you miss your fine date, 60 days later, it goes into default and you can't even reopen it. The city knows how to punish you and fine you and tow your cars or leverage you, but they don't. But
I want to tell you something. I grew up in the UK. I came here sometime around in the mid 90s, and I want to tell you the first thing I learned about the land of the free is that nothing is for free.
nothing
That's
is
the
right.
bottom line.
I know.
And there's no such thing as a free lunch.
I know.
Straight out.
But I just want you to know, they had Mr. Yeager was running around saying, alternate side parking for the holidays
It's a modern.
it's
an
automatic. Right, but it's not because it's automatic on any of the holidays, and they take
Not just
credit.
our holidays, everybody else's holidays too.
Right,
But I want to say one thing, if you don't mind. I got to show a little Hakara stuff to Mr. Yeager's father. Here's my attorney, Mr. Yeager's father. So I do agree with everything
Councilman
he said.
Yeager's father, not Councilman Yeager.
Councilman Yeager's father. Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, attorney Eli
Yeager.
Yeager. So I'm going to tell you, as a person who cares for the community, that I do agree with a lot of the things you're saying, but I do want to show a Sativ because that's the person that I am. So I will I'm putting it out there, and then we'll continue our conversation. Just because I'm showing a Sativ doesn't mean I have to agree with everything the gentleman's son is doing. Bottom line. So I just want to show that I'm not here to bite off that because he was very good to me, and I'm not going to bite off the hand that fed me.
Sam, I'm
But
not
we're still-
knocking.
yeah.
I'm
No,
not
God forbid.
knocking Mr. Yeager as a person.
No,
I'm knocking him as a politician.
100%.
That you promised to
I
do a
agree.
job. People come into my office and they say, "Listen, here's money, or here's a pro bono case. Today I have a new employee."
It's even better if these guys were in the private sector. They would have got their kicked out years ago.
Right.
Blasio would have been kicked out on day one.
I have clients who scream at me after 2 months, 3 months, and I say, "No, the city's going to take 8, 9 months. No, Heshy, you have to help us." People are struggling with their houses and buildings for years, and it's just unacceptable. Before Yom Kippur, there was a young boy who was just married, just came to America about 6 months ago. He got married to a girl. He got his license,
Years
everything,
ago.
and he lived on Lawrence Avenue, and he was making a left turn, and the cop is watching this,
Right.
okay? And the cop sees him turning, and he looks at the guy's license plate. Now he sees that the lady, the wife, is an EMT, but her license expired. They have to renew it or something every few months or every year or so. So he pulls the guy over. He says, "Your plate is expired. Give me your license." He says, "Well, it's my wife's car." And he takes out his license. Says, "I just got married. I came from Israel." He says, "Oh, your license is expired too." He says, "What are you talking about? It's an Israeli license. It's international." He says, "No, there's a new law that if you come from a foreign country, your license is only good for a month or two."
I think 90 days. I think it's the law.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I think
He arrested the kid. Now this
But he has to
cop,
prove. How does the cop know? The cop doesn't have the right to arrest him.
but not only is if it's an expired license, you're driving with expired
No,
license.
If he
they have-
said that the cop only has a right to give him to I forget the term they use, but he has to come to court. The cop is not a judge. The cop is allowed to give the man a ticket, but the judge is the one who has to.
No, but since you're driving with an expired license, it's some stupid. Right. So, anyways, he arrested the boy, and the wife called me up. I said, "Why don't you call Mr. Yeager? Why don't you call Mr. Deutsch? Why don't you call Mr. Felder? We're all these guys. We can't reach them. Hey,
you can't reach them.
Right.
You
So
only can reach them in an election year.
and they called me, and I want you to know, I called the head of the Shomrim, the head of the Shmira. These are two wonderful men. I called a couple of other people in the 70th precinct, and we called and cried and screamed and said, "Listen, you guys know this is Yom Kippur. You guys are watching the streets."
The biggest issue with the NYPD is that lack of training.
Right.
I'm telling you, and you might laugh at what I'm saying, but if anybody watched Blue Bloods, and if anybody knows Frank Reagan, right? Frank Reagan in the show of Blue Bloods is the PC. Now, he has this policy called the broken window policy. What does the broken window policy mean? Is that if we would deal with the broken windows, we wouldn't get to the level of having to deal with the issues.
Right.
Like my father always said. My father was in the chinuch business his whole life. So they would say, what if the kid does this? He said, it would never happen. What if a kid does this? He said, never happen. So he says, I'll tell you a story. They would say, what do you mean it would never happen? So he says, there was once this ranger who was living out in the jungle. And people said, well, aren't you scared of the big lions? They're going to come and bite you. He says, it will never happen. He says, what do you mean it would never happen? He says, because when that baby lions show up, I shoot them. It's an example, God forbid.
Right.
So they never get to the level of being big lions, so I will never be attacked. The problem is that we don't take up small issues.
We don't take
small issues become big issues, and if they're not handled, they become the same in a marriage, the same in life.
Right.
If you don't deal with the small things, they become big things.
Right.
And that's why the NYPD is simply not.
And
there's
here's
no
my
community
it's not like-
experience.
they arrested this poor kid, and they were going to put him in jail. And these cops know about Yom Kippur. I was fighting with this guy, Yoli Weiss.
He just wanted another arrest under his belt.
Right. He wanted just another thing on it, and he knew it was before Yom Kippur.
No community respect. And no community respect.
By 4:00, we finally got the kid on a DAT. That's a desk
appearance.
And like I didn't understand why they wouldn't give it to him on a stupid incident, which his license really wasn't expired. And you see that
so
it
wasn't
a
expired.
foreign country.
So why can that cop get fined?
Because I'll tell you why.
Why would they get away? Why do they have a right to do it?
So I'm going to tell you another thing.
Why is there no inspector general?
Do you know we have a big problem with mental illness in this country?
A massive problem. It's all in the world, but here especially.
So forget the from community.
It's not handled.
So a guy like me or you that doesn't have, we're not homeless, we're not sick on the street.
Right.
We have issues in a home that we maybe need a little help, but we can't afford it.
Right.
The government doesn't care about us.
The government take all my money away.
Right. Now, we have police officers. There was 10 police officers this year that committed suicide. Mentally ill. They're going through mental illness issues.
CSPD.
Whatever they're going through. And they're killing themselves. And all over the radio, you hear the cops go to mental doctors. We're going to help you. We're going to provide funding. So we know now that our police officers have mental issues, walking around with guns.
Where is the inspector general, my
But
friend?
we're giving them treatment to go around to arrest us, to punish us. And we know that half of these police officers are nuts, and they have mental issues. And you know what? We're going to let them go through mental problems and still walk around with guns.
So
now, a mentally ill person walking around with a gun
is
illegal.
Right.
But a cop with a mental issue can walk around with a gun.
They're a legalized mafia. And there's no organization. There's no between one precinct to the other.
And you know what our councilmen and things do? They go there, they have pictures with them, they invite them to our sukkah, they smile. Photo op.
Copy that.
Like, you know, I was watching these police officers watching the synagogues. Really, I saw them sitting in the cars watching. Any guy with a gun could have walked right in and shot themselves.
Can I ask you a question? You ever go past any of the precincts? I mean, there's a precinct across the street. Can you tell me why there's like 30 or 40 squad cars sitting there 24/7?
Exactly.
Why the hell are those squad cars?
Sidewalk on the sidewalks, double
if you don't need the cars, and then why are you wasting city resources?
Right.
If you're gonna have the cars, why the hell are they patrolling around the street?
Correct.
What are we paying you for?
I didn't even think of that.
It bothers me. It's been the word I want to use. I can't use on the radio.
35,000 police officers, and they do it, and you have to be scared of them because if they pull you over, and you try to argue with them,
talk to you so disgusting.
I know.
Well, I grew up. We had respect.
Right.
Good morning.
Right.
Constable. Good morning, sir.
But half of them have issues. The same way with. That's why I was upset.
They're just thugs. A lot of them are thugs. I'm like, listen. There are a lot of good guys. I don't want to take that away.
I'm not knocking that. I know a lot of police officers are good men.
Yeah,
good men.
But it's a lack of training.
Right.
A lack of training. The guy he came back from Iraq. He didn't know what to do.
Especially the women cops. They want to show that they're really men, so they're more abusive. They're more torturous.
And
it's not that there's no training. It's that they fall into a system and they just think that they are our bosses. They're better than us.
Not our bosses.
They're not.
They're supposed to be serving us.
And they're not.
And they have this whole which other country write on the side of the car, courtesy. What's the line they have there? Why does a cop have to write that it's a courtesy?
Right.
We know that it's a courtesy. The fact that you're telling us it's a courtesy,
But you see,
what are you covering up
and I
for?
want you to see, they stop and they make these hidden traffic areas where
Entrapment.
entrapment.
Right.
And we see that the cops are sitting there,
Yeah.
and they see that we can't make a turn or our blinker is on, and they wait for us to do a crime while you're there. You can't.
How many more cameras they're going to put on Ocean Parkway?
Exactly. And
Why,
you know, the
why are you coming to the Jewish neighborhoods?
cameras cause more accidents
Are you
than
kidding
anything
me?
else.
This Vision Zero, 25 miles an hour. What do you think this is? A playground?
But this is what Mr. de Blasio. Let's pick up a phone call for a few minutes.
Blasio is the biggest joke this country's ever had. Never mind the city.
You're on the air with Heshy and Sam. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Heshy. This is Eddie from Dyker Heights.
Hey, Eddie, how are you, my friend?
Okay.
Say hello to Sam, my co-host tonight.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, welcome aboard, buddy.
What's doing, Eddie?
Okay.
You hear me bitching and bitching. I didn't even start bitching yet. I have so much more to bitch about.
This is the pre-bitching case.
Yeah, you've got about 24 minutes of that. Heshy. Now, listen. Okay, I know you know this, but let's go through a few questions. Okay, this city is totally Democrat. When's the last time we had a Republican mayor?
I think it was, what's his name again?
Giuliani?
Not Giuliani.
Yes, it was.
No. Bloomberg. Bloomberg ran as a Republican.
No, but then he ran as independent.
No.
Yeah, but
he did not win as an independent. He ran as a Republican.
With
Yeah, I
Republicans like Bloomberg, I think we'll stick
After
with
Giuliani, Bloomberg won the next election, and he also ran as a Republican.
I would say.
Okay, Heshy, but he really basically his philosophy was liberal. The only
Correct.
thing he was conservative about was finances, because he realized you have to have good finances in order to have your liberal programs. Well, why was
Very good.
Giuliani
Oh, that's a
elected?
good oxymoron. I
Very
like that.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta give the guy credit for that one.
Okay, so Giuliani was elected because Dinkins let things fall into the abyss.
Dinkins.
Yeah.
You know, if not for Dinkins, I don't know what we would call Blasio. I think these guys are in competition. Who could be a bigger failure?
Oh, God.
Okay, so Heshy, I hate to say this, but the way this is, things have to spiral even worse for people to wake up and change and get.
People will never wake up. Do me a favor.
Well, I know. The only thing is
Such a shame.
the future is rather forbidding, because I don't see anyone in the offing.
I don't see anybody who could be the next mayor who's any good. And God forbid we have this guy, Juwani Williams. I mean, this guy's really a wacko, and he has the best chance to be the next mayor.
What about Scott Stringer?
Scott Stringer is the only normal
He's
one
the
out there.
comptroller. He's
But
the-
will he
he's
run
the-
for mayor? Will he put himself up
He's already
there?
announced that he's running for mayor.
Really? He did?
I heard it from his own mouth.
Because last time we all thought that he would run, and he chickened out.
He said he was running.
Well, he's the only competent one so far. He's the only fair one that I
He's
see.
the biggest CEO in New York
I
City.
hope so.
Big H.
Yeah,
Okay, there is an election for public advocate is coming up.
I know.
May I suggest Joe Borelli as a Republican, only as someone who thinks differently than the other people this November as public advocate, and he would be a mouthpiece for a little more sanity.
Yeah, but Juwani, how did he win that election? I don't know.
Well, all I know is I know that Borelli is running for public advocate, which is the position our esteemed current mayor had before he became mayor.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a public advocate, he could be a voice for reason. At least
He could
bring it
be a
into
voice
contention.
for reason. I like that. That's very
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is a. All I know is that it looks bad, especially now they're decriminalizing things, so they're going to have more people on the street who have committed crimes and are going to be not going to be in jail. Now, you may have brought up examples of where a person shouldn't have been put in jail, but there are a hell of a lot more examples of just the opposite, where they should be in jail and they're not.
You see, Eddie, I'm not knocking people going to jail. I'm knocking that jail is supposed to be a way to correct. It's a correction facility. That means we're supposed to fix them or train them or not just punish them. We're going to bring them back into society by putting them into an animal house and making them worse, or making them more mentally ill, or making them come out to kill themselves, or making them come out. You know, I have a guy right now staying by my house, a person that we put up, and this gentleman has been in jail for over 30 years of his life. He says, every time I came out, I was never out more than 120 days. Nobody helped me. He says, I can't believe you're giving me a place and helping me and get a job. I said, why not? I said, and he's in his 50s now. He spent over 30 years in the jail. You've got to help them. You've got to show them. You got to guide them. Our councilman only give Simcha Felder, if you go to our state senator, if you're in jail, I'm not going to help you. I'm not even going to write you a letter. And he just sucks money from the people. Him and these other crazy crazy Democrat wackos, and I like the Democrats. I used to love to be a Democrat, but again, a lady like Nancy Pelosi that just sits there all her days and knocks Trump instead of building our country and working and making better our country. And we elect this congressman, this little fat nadler. I know you hate that I make fun of him, but this guy is so busy doing nothing when he should be taking money and working with our mental health issues, working with our homeless issues. Why is everything privatized? Why are the private organizations like my Rabbi Fish feeding 100 people coming to me, Heshy? We're in trouble. We have to now feed 3 sets of boxes on the holidays. We are in big trouble, Eddie.
And one more thing, Heshy, before I hang up. The money that they're proposing to spend on this Rikers Island could be better employed for the things you just mentioned.
Correct, but by leaving the issue, the situation the way it is, this crazy wacko place, we can knock down Rikers Island, build a great housing complex over there, use that money. That's what everybody else does, and build 4 little little correctional facilities near the courts and move things along quicker instead of having people stuck in Rikers 2, 3, 4 years and just getting more worse and killing and stabbing each other in the jails. The way the system is now is wrong. We need to fix it. But you know what? What they're going to do is just keep the same correction officers, who half of them are no good, and you can see some of them are being bribed or using. We can't do nothing about it. It bothers me, Eddie. It bothers me that our city, our congressman, our councilman, 13 of them voted against it. My councilman I had no idea. He didn't even get up and say why he voted against it. These things bother me, and they don't care.
Heshy, they're afraid of putting. Their people rightly are afraid of putting in prisons in neighborhoods.
But you're talking doesn't make a difference because Rikers is in a Queens neighborhood, whether you're talking Rikers Island or not. We have jails in every neighborhood. We have MDC in downtown Brooklyn. You're talking a federal prison with thousands of people going in and out of there in the center of Brooklyn. Whatever you want to tell me, if we're going to have a jail, whether it's in Queens or Staten Island, we have to have it. And we have to just run a better system, run them smaller, and run them cleaner that we take care of it. If you look at the state jails or the federal jails, you don't see breakouts all the time. You don't see riots all the time because those people and those correction officers work in a normal pace and they know how to treat their people and set them up and put them back into life, most of them. I don't know, Eddie. I can't solve the world's problems, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm here to tell you all about them. I love you. Thank you for calling in. We're going to take another call, Eddie.
Okay.
Call again. I hope you like the show.
I do.
You're on the air with Heshy and Sam.
Hey, my name is Joey. How you doing today?
Hey, Joey. How are you?
Good, thank you. I think, listen to this wise guy, Sam. I think he should run for mayor.
Sam, I like Sam. I like
him too.
Yeah. Sam, you better give us some advice on investing right now, too. You better give us some advice.
I'm not ready to run for office at this point. I think there's a lot of work to
Sam, come on, Sam. You got your stuff. You know your stuff. You're okay.
This must be a friend of yours, Sam.
I recognize the guy's voice. He's calling. He must be calling out of Cincinnati. So we're not going to take him seriously. You can go to the next caller.
Sam, we love you, but thank you for calling in for Sam. Thank you so much. We have more to talk about.
I'm serious.
I like Sam, and I like his attitude. Sam, we're going to talk about you. Sam, I want to go to the next issue, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Forget that I'm still upset that we have cops with mental issues, and the head of the cops is going on the radio and saying, if you have a mental issue, come in, we'll give you free help, we'll give you free advice, don't kill yourself.
Isn't an American line something, look in your own garden?
Right. And so you can see that if these cops are killing themselves, there's more of them, and we have to actually go through testing of all the police officers every year, and if we feel that some of them is wrong, get rid of them. Like this guy Pantaleo who killed this guy Edward Gardner, whatever, I forgot his name. Yeah. The guy was nuts in his brain, and he wants to be a cop again. The man choked, was vicious.
Card. So he said that, but that's why I keep saying lack of training. So what was the answer? It was for 2 seconds. Yeah, that's what lack of training means.
But the guy was selling cigarettes. That's what you went to arrest him on, illegal cigarettes. You didn't have crimes, flat tires. I had a guy flatten my tires a couple weeks ago.
Balls to deal with
Right. Why don't you deal? Why don't you come to a car accident? Instead, you're hiding in corners, making traffic back up. You should go to Avenue J. I was again today by Avenue J between Bay Parkway and Ocean Parkway. I mean, the backup is for 15 minutes and everybody sees the cop. We're sitting there shaking and still he gets us and gives us tickets. Anyways, I spoke about the homeless issues and I want you to know, if you're not going, I'm running for city council, by the way, against Yeager. I'm running straight ahead, head to head against him. Not next year. I'm going because the man does nothing.
I'll tell you when you'll be successful because people will see that you actually care. And bottom line, who do you want to put in, who do you want to put in front of you? You want someone who's going to care about you.
Right. And I want you to know
is
is I take in kids. I go visit the jails. You know, right now there's the gas company, National Grid, their Brooklyn gas company.
Right.
They decided not to give any new gas service to anybody who doesn't have gas after May of 2019, or if your gas is shut off more than 6 months. Now, to file jobs at the Department of Buildings, and this is what I do for a living, takes you 6 or 8 months.
Right.
I had one client with a handicapped cancer child approved in March till the DOB got us approved and rechanges and made it and finally entered in their stupid gas authorization was June. So we missed the deadline for a month. And I told the gas company we had everything done already last year, but the filings and the inspections and the sign-offs take forever. Too bad, no gas. I said, there's a cancer patient there. We called and complained. They told us, drop dead. We're not doing nothing for you. We complained to Councilman Yeager. 85 calls this poor man called. 85 times. I said, call Chaim Deutsch. Maybe he can make a phone call because he did help somebody once, one of our other people. Again, no thing. Senator Felder, not even a return call, nothing. Here's my problem. Now that the gas company, on the holiday, first day of the holiday, Governor Cuomo said, you better, gas company, give 1,100 people waiting gas. You better give it.
What do you think they are, mafia?
Right. They said we don't have enough gas line. We need a new gas. They're threatening the city that if you're not going to let us do a new gas line, which is going to take 2 more years, so people have no gas, no heat, no cooking. They have to switch to electric, which is more money, and some of them don't even have the money to spend the 10, 15 grand to switch. Anyways, right now they made a law. The city said you better turn on a gas. So people started calling Monday morning. Remember, the ruling came out Friday night, and the gas company doesn't open up. They close at 5:30 and they open up at 8:30.
They should be sued for last
People were calling on Monday and Tuesday on the holiday, Jewish people. And the gas company says, no, you didn't qualify. You didn't pre-qualify. What are you talking about? What qualified? It just happened Friday night.
I hope they get their panties sued.
They're not getting sued. We're going to sue. I'm going to personally sue them for one kind.
The only thing people don't understand is when it hits
But again, they don't care. And where's our councilmen? Where's our senators? Nowhere to be found. But they're making 40 pieces of legislation. I was trying to read now one new piece of legislation that was just changed in the city council. I promise you it was 110 pages. I couldn't even get through the first 30 pages. And these guys are passing 30, 40 pieces of legislation every month. How are they able to read hundreds of pages plus sit on 8 or 9 committees? By the way, for each committee they sit on, they get $20,000 bonuses. So these councilmen are making $250,000 a year, plus benefits, plus insurance, plus 4081Ks. Who knows what they're getting? And this is the life they're getting. And what do they do half the time? They fix a bus ticket, or they take a picture in a fake sukkah, and they go to these daily breakfast events. Yes, I'm pissed because why don't I have gas in my house? Why isn't there more drug? And I keep bitching. No, one drug rehab center in the whole ballpark, Flatbush at Midwood, for 150,000 families. And I can go on that. Why is my congressman, who's supposed to be busy in my district, busy sitting in Washington, busy trying to impeach the president of the United States, and nothing is happening?
What the hell are they doing?
But besides that, he's not. And you know what? National Grid told me, call your congressman. I said, my congressman is busy impeaching the president.
I don't understand why they haven't given up yet. Yeah. You know, every time it doesn't matter if you like Trump or you don't like Trump. Every time these guys went up, and it just made him stronger.
I know.
And the more they hit him, the stronger he's going to get. Get over it. Go out and do something for your constituents. Make them want to vote you back in next time. Otherwise, if you don't do nothing and you're busy trying, you're going to lose anyway against Trump, and then you're going to lose your seat because you did nothing for your people. So your next young blood's going to come in and just knock you out the door.
What do people say? What do you think about Trump? I mean, on the show before, I heard some guy, Rabbi, tell everybody, Trump is not good because nobody in the Middle East is scared of him. Sure, they're scared of him. He does. Look at Turkey. He put sanctions. Turkey backed off. China, one of the biggest countries. Right. And you know what happened? Because they agreed to listen to him. They're scared of Trump, that he can do whatever he wants. China, well, you're right. We're having a problem with China. But this China is at the negotiating table.
They always would have had a problem with China.
Right.
Because You know what?
It was only getting worse and worse.
Right.
He at least stopped it in its tracks.
He brought it to the attention of it. Why are we getting ripped off? I agree with that. Why do we have to pay all this extra taxes and these guys taking our products to their country and it's not selling there? Why, if you think about why are they at the level that they are? Because they never had to sell our product because there was so much tax on it. Of course, the guys were going to go for the local stuff.
And we were also trying to help build up these smaller countries.
We helped. We built them.
We helped the United Nations. You know how many countries that we send out money to? Many different countries, computers and food all over the world, billions and billions of dollars.
Why do you think the whole Brexit situation? This is the smartest move they're ever doing. Why do you think they're leaving? Because eventually people starting to realize, hey, all our money is going out of our economy to the rest of the world, to the rest of Europe, and nothing's coming back in. We don't mind to share, we don't mind to give, but it just has to be a symbiotic relationship. You guys got to give, and you got to take. You want to take, you got to give.
Right.
It's just not a taking.
So what do you say about then? So here's the big issue with the Democrats. What about the illegal aliens? That our borders cannot be open for anybody to come in.
So let me ask them. Let me ask Mr. Pick any guy for me. Give me a name.
Nancy Pelosi.
Does Nancy Pelosi leave her front door open at night?
Okay, I'm not talking about leaving her door open,
But
but a lot of these people, need a place to come to.
Let me ask you a question. Why shouldn't she leave her front door open? If somebody needs somewhere to stay, why shouldn't she just be able to walk into her house? I'm sure she has a nice
But the
house.
system of getting to be an American or going through the immigration system is so unbearable, they say. 5 or 6 or 8 years.
Excuse me, I'm a British citizen. I got married. I had to make American papers. I know how it works. I came to this country with a shirt on my back. It doesn't. Every country is hard. What are you talking about? You got to protect your country. Would you protect your house? Would you protect your kids? Would you protect your business? You have to protect it. If you leave it open, an open door, of course people are going to walk in. You are creating it by opening.
But isn't America the Statue of Liberty? Send me your poor. Send me your tires. Give me and let me help you.
Listen, I'm very giving by nature, but you can only give as much as you have. If you give more than you have, you won't have what to give. So you have to have a system in place.
So what do we do with these people that are stuck, that have
Kick them out.
And do what with them?
Put them back where they came from.
But they're going to die.
So God forbid. Let me explain this. It's very simple. This is not a relationship. This is business. If you are adding value to our country, show us how you are adding value, and then you can stay.
But not everybody can.
So
we have a lot of poor in this
country.
So what about all the poor in this country or the
Why are we taking care of everybody else before our own? True. Why do we have so many homeless people? Why do we have so many people with mental issues? Because they're so busy. Why are the Democrats so happy to help the foreigners, but they can't even help themselves? Now, listen, I'm a foreigner myself. I'm an immigrant myself. But I worked hard and I got in line. And I worked hard to get it. And I encourage people to come to this country. But if you're going to come to this country, you have to add value. You got to show a karas atoiv, right? They allowed you into their door. Now you show what you're going to do back for them. If you're going to just come here and take advantage and take all the money that you're earning here and send it back to your country, what are you doing you're just taking advantage. I don't like people to take advantage. I totally understand why somebody want to come here and build themselves. Everybody should have an opportunity. I'm not against that. I believe very strongly in helping.
So I want to ask you a personal question.
Go ahead.
Something about me. I take in a lot of kids, a lot
Right.
of foster kids, a lot of people. I give
Right.
people
My
jobs.
parents said this. I grew up with this.
And
I
so I
understand
have,
this.
and Shabbos, even when we struggled, me and Linda, we didn't have money for diapers or electric bill. We always made sure there was a lot of extra food for the holidays of Shabbos because we love to feed people. And when I feed somebody, I always have a great week. And about a year ago, a young girl and her father came to me for a job. They begged me for this job. She got her bachelor's degree, but she needed a job. She couldn't find a job. She was in her 20s. Please, Heshy, give her a job, give her a job. And I really didn't have a position open for her, but I knew I was going to get busier, and I started to train her. And it takes 2-3 months to train her. And let me be honest with you, she became a great worker. She's just wonderful, blew things out of her things, always running, being on time early. Every time I hire and train somebody, and I've trained many people in my business, and I even train people to be my competitors because there's enough business out there. I let them. People come to me and say, Heshy, train me to be a court representative so I can do cases on my own. And I let them follow my lawyer around and train them. Teach me to be an expediter. Teach me to do drafting. And I let people do it, and they open up their own jobs. So I had a young girl who came to me and begged me for the job, and she got the job, and she was great. And it took me about $6,000 or $8,000 to train somebody in. Remember, she's not doing anything. She's practicing. She makes mistakes. Afterwards, she was doing great, and I was making money on her. But that's the whole objective.
Right.
Employees, if you don't make money on your employees, there's no reason to need them.
Exactly.
She comes to me right before the holiday. and says, Heshy, I found another job, something I like to do better, and I'm leaving you in 2 weeks. I said, but 2 weeks is with the holidays. You're not even giving me about 4 days to train in somebody else.
So she has to give you 2 weeks worth of.
It's not even 2 weeks, but why didn't you tell me you're looking for a job? At least let me start looking for somebody qualified or train somebody in. And it bothers me. She says, well, that's the way life is. I said, that's what it is. So am I asking you, I was friends with the family. And I'm very upset with the father because the father is the one who sent it to me for raises and told her, she has to go home early on Fridays due to the Sabbath. And I understand it. He knew what was happening.
I'm with you. I understand.
So my point is, am I now supposed to still be friendly with this ex-worker of mine? I mean, I smiled. I let her go. There's nothing I could do about it.
I've learned. I had a lot of people work for me over the years.
So
I've worked for other people as well.
My kids, my daughter-in-laws came over to me when I brought this issue up at the table. We were discussing it at one of the meals. They said, Pop, you don't have no right to be mean to her, because I told them I'm not going to talk to the family anymore, even go to her wedding.
You feel like you're taking advantage.
Right, well, I was, and you didn't treat me with respect. And
why didn't you tell her to give you 2 weeks worth of business?
I did. She says, I can't. Well, I'm starting a new job, just like that. And there's nothing I can do about it. Let me be honest.
She'll do this to you, she'll do it to the next job as well.
It doesn't make a difference. She's done to the next. But
So
my
she won't build a
clients,
career this way.
but the people that I make promises to, that I take, as an owner of a business, I don't need the business anymore. Be honest with you. But I take in job workers. I take in clients. You can't just walk away and say, "Oh, hi, I'm finished today." My job is always to be there. Because if I make a promise to take you on and help you or give you a job, I'm going to be there.
Do you do like a 3-day hold from your employers?
No.
Why not?
No, because
I'm sorry to say, this is something I learned the hard way. You have the legal right to hold X amount of time because they have to give you notice.
My point is, my job over the last 30 years being a boss and more is I always make sure my employees have money, even if they don't make a lot or something. They have shorter hours or bad hours or holiday week. Make sure they go home with payroll. Make sure they all of them are struggling. They're not making the money like by me. Remember that some of them do make 25, 30, 50 an hour, but again, they're all struggling, and people always have their own stories.
Doesn't mean just because you want to be a nice guy. And I encourage you because I'm very much. I find that we have a lot of similarities, but I've learned over time that you have to protect yourself. You have every right to protect yourself.
My point is, I want to take care, but I want to get back to my point with it, because when I was sitting with my daughter-in-laws, not my sons, so my daughter-in-laws, when I started complaining that I'm very upset about it, they says, well, you have no right to be upset with her. Too bad. I said, but she owes me. Nobody owes you. You do something good for somebody. I said, that's not the way it works. In my world, where I come from, I ask for a lot of favors from people, because if you help me, I help you, and I'm able to push it on. And I do that. And all day long, I'm asking my contractors, I'm asking different agencies, I'm asking community stores, neighborhoods, food places, help me, give me food, and I will help you with your violations. I will help you with your houses. Donate money to my Shevis Achim program. Give dinners to the youth center. Help us out, and we will help you back. And you know what happens? So my people tell me. So now my daughter-in-law's on the holiday. One of them brought in a kid to the house and said, hey, Pop, I want you to help him. He's in trouble. He needs a guy like you to push him on and give him a job. I said, you told me now that they don't have to care about me. They don't have to help me when I help them. So I don't want to help anybody anymore. Why should you even? And I said to my daughter, who are you to even ask me? They said, Pop, that's not who you are. I said, but it doesn't work like that. You see, now you understand that.
This is the Democrat line.
I know. My daughter-in-laws are Democrats who are not really Democrats. They don't even want to vote. And I'm very angry with them. And that's my point to you. The new generation is spoiled and is given stuff, which is good, because I love to give them love. I'm proud of them. I want them to build a better nation.
You know what? I want to tell you something. I got to tell you something. I honestly believe, with all due respect, that it's our fault. You know why? Because we just try to supplement. Because I'm a little younger than you, but I don't think my generation was too different to yours. I grew up in the 80s, right? Our parents didn't give us very much because that's just the way things were done. Right. So what we went and did is we went overboard. We said, no, whatever our kids want, we're going to give them. We're going to give them. And we just started pampering them. Right. So we, unfortunately,
I grew up in the 70s also, that I knew that our parent, my father was a Holocaust survivor. My mother was escaping during the thing. So my mother was very tight with the dollar. And then when my father passed away as a young boy, we lost it all. My half-brother stole it, took it all. We lost everything. Right. And as we built it, my mother got her money back. She was scared to lose it again.
Of course they were.
And me too. When I lost my money going through my marriage, and we had problems, and now I'm scared again and saving and hiding. And my wife and me, my wife is a wonderful girl. I fight with her all the time,
Right.
and she's wrong
Well,
all
she's
the
still
time.
there. She must
She's
have
I know 29 years. That crazy woman is still. But I want you to know is I don't know what love is, because she must love me for some reason, and I like this. I don't believe I can live a day without her. I know people get divorced. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I, for some reason, don't believe, even though when I fight with her and get angry with her, and I know the stupidity that she's going to do, I don't believe that I can go on a day without her. And I'm scared of that time that will
that's
come.
Real love.
But I don't know if that's real love. I think that's need. But she and me have gone through the hell, and I learned a long time ago that love, what is, again, I don't know what love is. Maybe I do know what it is, but I know what love is. To be there, to be committed,
100%.
to be honest. And that's what I tell my wife all the time. When she says, I love you, I say, really, do you really love me? Or we just have to be together?
Bobby, if you're asking your wife after 29 years, if she hasn't convinced you till now, I don't think the disadvantage is by her.
No, I believe she loves me. I just don't know why.
Well, obviously you're doing something for her that's
I know. I don't know what. I know she's stealing the money lately. But when we didn't have the money, she still loved me. That was the thing.
She sees the examples you set for her children.
She's a good
very,
kid.
very.
You know what? She
do.
always, even when I don't have the time to feed people, she has extra food on the table and packages it up Saturday night instead of throwing it away. I said, Linda, why do you make so much extra? She says, I know what you're going to do with it afterwards. And then this weekend, Tuesday night, we were at my son for lunch. We actually went to him for lunch, and he had so much extra there. And I see his wife and him packaging it up. I said, what are you doing? He says, Ta, I have places to give out the extra stuff too. I said, why'd you make so much extra?
Well, that's your nachas.
He says, Mommy taught us.
That's your nachas.
And my daughter-in-laws tell us that their in-laws, their parents are very impressed with my boys, because I taught them how to, and I'm happy about that. It's not really credit to me, it's credit to my wife. But again, parents, when you're getting out there like the top of the show, love your babies. Kiss your babies, even 100%. If they're married, even if they're 20, 30 years old, give them a hug. What's wrong? What's wrong with that's all they want. Right. I want a hug. I want a hug. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hug you at the end of the show. I'm going to hug you at the end of the show.
You look like a huggable guy.
Anyway, I want to do one more set of commercials, and then we're going to talk about some stuff. We have, of course, Chamula Jewelers, a family-owned business. Really, they're really nice people. For 40 years, they're located at 944 Kings Highway. Please call them 718-336-1980, 718-336-1980, 944 Kings Highway. Go into them. Really, they can freshen up your old jewelry, get you some good prices. Tell them Uncle Heshy sent you. Really, they're having a good time. Technical difficulties, 1504 68th Street for all your computer needs. I know your computers break down, people. I know you have issues with your computers. Call him up. He's going to help you. 718-259-4593. And my favorite barber, 777 Barber Sam at 4225 18th Avenue, the corner of East 2nd and 18th Avenue. He takes handicap. He does special appointments. Really, the guy does great work. For $20, you get, with a tip, you're already getting a great haircut. 718-484-2499, 718-484-2499. And of course, my favorite daughter-in-law, not my favorite, one of my two favorites, 718-675-6842, Tehila Tishler for your ttstyles.com. She does your wigs, your hair, your makeup, all for events. Before you get to events, she's just a great person and just a wonderful, lovable person for your wigs and for your makeup and your hair. And she does really good work. 718-675-6842. Check out her website, TEETEESTYLES.com. And then we have Green Line Building Solutions, 718-871-0382, located on the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 718-871-0382, for all your violations, sanitation, ECB, DOB, DOH, DOS, all your violations. We help you with your plans, your permits. We legalize your extensions. We legalize your stop work orders. We fight with all different agencies. We work with like 300 different agencies, from criminal department, fire department tickets. We have our own lawyers in-house. We have our own architects. We have our own expediters. We have our own inspectors. And really, we know it's going to be hard, but we can guide you and get you to the finish line somehow. 718-871-0382. And you don't even need an appointment. Just pop in at 16th Avenue, 54th Street, 5318 16th Avenue.
Do you also help out with SOBs? Because I can bring a few your way.
Very cute. I like that. But we do a lot of pro bono work, and people say, "Well, you do pro bono work. How do you make money?" Because a lot of our clients do pay us. Our rates are reasonable, but sometimes we do get like synagogues and schools and mosques that need our help, and we do it. Sometimes people just come in for like little violations that they just don't have the money, or they're lost, or senior citizens, and we know that our regular clients pay us, and they know that we do some good work. I have a question for you before we end the show.
There goes Big H showing acting by example.
I love you. You see, but I make my employees do it.
Good.
And I make my employees volunteer also at once a week here, or just to go to an old woman, or go to the hospitals, or go to it. And I ask them, and I love them when they do it. That my partner Penny, who's a very mean, vicious person, actually, I see him now behind my
bad cop.
No, he's the bad cop. I'm the good one.
Right.
But actually, he does so much in his synagogue, and he feeds them, and he brings in special kiddushes, and people are telling me, because he doesn't want to tell me, how he's doing good stuff, and I still call him mean and vicious. But really, he's doing nice stuff.
With such partners, with his enemies.
Right, but the point is, he's actually doing stuff for the synagogue, and in the synagogue, you're able to address issues of people that are lost 100%. Or just sitting there.
I always say,
I'm very proud
example.
of it. Right.
Show. Put your money where your mouth is.
But that's what we're teaching our people. So, Sam, my thing is with the market today, and I want to get these people out. I've been investing in the market pretty much. I'm very scared because I lost some money many years ago, and now I'm very careful. I buy the Amazon, I buy it, I hold on to it for a while, I make a few pennies, I buy the Google, and then when it drops down or goes up. But I'm into long-term blue chip companies like that because I see that the economy is getting better in the market. Can you explain to us what to do with our extra money? Because I put away, me and Linda put away every week $50 to $100. Every week we put away. We have not stopped in the last 30 years hiding in a shoebox. We got 5,000, 7,000. We do it, and then we buy it, and we go to our bank. Right in her 3 safes that she has under her bed, my witch.
What was that, 1650? Listen, bottom line is I tell people all the time, take professional. First of all, don't come home and say I heard his shoulder this and I heard in the mic for this and my wife says this. Go get professional help. Take professional opinion. Talk to people who are experienced.
But a lot of these professionals just say, and then you they put you into money markets, or they put you into stuff that doesn't make money after 2 or 3 years.
You got to do research, just like anything else.
Right. So just like a contractor, you hire a contractor, you have to watch them.
You want to make sure it's your money. You want to make sure it's put in the right places.
But can you guide us, like which direction we should go in? Tax-free bonds? Should we gamble our money in the market? Is the market going to go better?
Well, I'm hoping Trump has done a tremendous job for the market. But again, it's the market. What is the market? When you say the market,
I'm talking companies today. Are they going to, like Amazons and Googles and Boeings and company, the big guys? Are they going to crash? Are we going to? Is the whole market
who's going to crash? Who's not going to crash? I can't tell you off the top of my head. This is why I tell people you got to do your own research. It's your money. Be smart about it. Don't just stick it somewhere because one of your buddies told you that they're going to go up tomorrow. It's going to go down tomorrow. Go and do research. Think about where you want to be in 25 years. How much money do you need to have?
I have a number.
And you got to do research to find out how, and this is the amount of years I have left in my life. God forbid in my life, but till I'm going to get to that age. What is going to be the best route for me? Where is the best place for me to tell you to put it in one place as over another place? Excuse me. It depends. It really depends where you are, where you're living, what you.
So I've been buying tax-free bonds. They don't pay a lot of interest, 4 to 5%. No, American New York, because I'm a New York resident, so I get New York. My brother can't buy them and get the tax-free thing. I buy New York AAA tax-free bonds, and I don't make a lot. I make like 4 or 5% of my money. It's guaranteed every single month. I get a little income, and then of course you put a little bit of money for a little real estate to buy, and then I buy some regular blue chip stocks. Every once in a while I buy a penny stock. Somebody tells me, but I don't really like to do it, because you hear gossip. But I really buy, like, sometimes people make fun of me. I bought 6 shares of Twitter this week. Hesh, are you crazy? When you spend $200 something dollars, that's what I bought this week. 6 shares, another week 3 shares, and I will ever have a few extra dollars.
More than a guy doesn't have.
Right, exactly, and it adds up over a period of a year.
That you were in a position you were actually able. A lot of people are struggling.
You're right, but if you have the extra, like I tell a lot of people from jail, when you come home from jail, you have an extra $30 or $40 or $50. Buy yourself 1 share, 2 shares. It's not like you have it in the bank that you can take the money out and use it. Here, you have it in the stock. You're gonna have to sell it and trade it in. You'll see that it's movement, and that's what I do. You're buying something good that will hold on for the future, and that's what I've been doing over the years. I'm diversified. I'm
Right.
I'm what you
That's
call
good to-
333.
Right.
I'm in bonds, stocks, and a little bit of real estate that I keep only good. I don't buy the cheap ones like these guys foreclose. I buy a good piece of real estate and I hold on to it for 10, 15,
Well, I'm sure
20
if you got a
years.
foreclosure on a good piece of real estate, you would buy.
Again, it's very hard. As I'm telling you now, in foreclosures, don't think you're getting a discount because it's foreclosed for a reason. That means the property has tax liens, the property has violations, the property has other issues with tenants.
100%.
So don't think that just because you bought it cheap, you have a lot of work. Like
But
you
there's
said,
other
you have a lot of
areas,
work and
right.
research to do on it.
Right.
We're coming to the end of the show, Sam.
Yes,
I
sir.
had a good time with you. You better come back.
I had a fantastic.
And there's
There's
a
a
lot
couple
to
of areas
talk about. As you
that-
know, I have a lot to complain about.
Right.
And I want to give a shout out to my beautiful granddaughter, Mira Nava, at 8 months old. What? Oh,
I want to do a couple of shout outs myself.
go ahead quickly. You better
No,
do
I
it
want to-
fast.
I
You have
want
less
to
than a
say-
minute.
I want to talk to my friend Monty Tavani. Look at my Monty Tavani. We're bringing him to the States. He sings all over Europe. If you want him at your next event, go look at him. Tell me you like him. We'll put out the information.
Okay, good.
And then I want to talk about a guy called Ari Raldo. Can we talk about him? Or is it too late?
You got 30 seconds.
All right. Well, maybe we'll talk about him next time.
Okay,
Because there's
good.
so much to say about this SOB. Well, just let him know that we're after him.
You got it. And I want you to know, thank you, everybody, for calling into the show. Oh, my God. I think Rachel's calling in. Hold on a second.
Who's Rachel? What, Rebecca? We're waiting for Rebecca to call.
Yeah, hello. Are you calling into the show? You only have 10 seconds to say hello. Why are you still in Israel?
Oh, you know what? I wish I was back, but I just wanted to say congratulations, Big H and Sam. You did an amazing show, and it was really, really enjoyable.
Well, you better be back
Yeah.
next week or I'm going to have to dock your pay. I knew you wanted another day off, you bad girl. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Just
Thank
Enough
you.
Heshy Show. We love you all. Tune in next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. It's going to be even more better, and next week going to be funny.
Thank you, Big H.
I just wanna say-
Raldo, we're coming for you.
Bye, sweetheart. Come home safe.
This was amazing.
We're going for Rob.
Expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of AM 620 WSNR or its management.
This is AM 620 WS.